Shanti, dear sister Aruna. We are very, very happy to have you here again with us for this special session about Swaman, honor and respect to the self. Today is Raki's day, so it's a wonderful day for you to give us also inspirations, and you can start the share when you wish. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. I think, Maria, you need to mute, or you have to keep it on.
I was only in presenting introduction.
Okay. So, no, I mean, we will hear Maria. I think yesterday Enrique muted. Yeah. So what I'd like to do now to begin with is, can we start with a little meditation? And I will give a little commentary in this meditation. So I'd like you to just follow along with some of these thoughts, and let's see what happens, okay? So, yeah, I think music will conflict, so maybe we will, I mean, you can try the music. If it conflicts, we can close it. Okay? Okay. So, yeah, just take a deep breath. And I would like us to imagine, that it is the first day of the first year, first day of the first month of the first year. And here we find ourselves in the Golden Age. And we are just awestruck with the beauty. The birds are singing for us, and the birds are in harmony with the swaying of the branches of the tree. And in between there are interludes from the air. And so everything comes together to create this harmonical music for us. And as I look around me, there is abundance. Everyone is living comfortably. There is no lack. There is no concept of anything lacking. And all the animals, it is as though they have a smile on their face. Even all the animals are playing together. And all the elements are helping me to enjoy this moment and every moment. The sun is never too hot, and it rains just at the right time. And when I walk on the grass, it feels like velvet. And even the grass, it parts its way for me to walk on. And inside I'm feeling so full, so content, so much at peace. I don't need anything from anyone. I don't even need to speak to prove anything. Our meetings are mostly in silence, with gestures, with courtesy. And every moment feels like a new moment. Fresh, exciting. But then as I pass through time, as every day passes, that light becomes dimmer and dimmer. And so now I arrive at the copperage. And now something is missing. I have lost that spark. And so my question to you, let us come back to this moment of the confluence age. And I would like you to just take a moment now and to reflect. When is it that you feel you lost your honor? When was the first time that you lost your honor? And just stay in this moment and really ask Baba, and you will get some feeling. Okay, let's come back to here and now, this reality. So yeah, this is a big question. When is it that we lost our honor, our self-respect, And it's probably when we started looking outside of ourselves. See, we were quite happy and full, right? You saw the golden age. We were so full of everything. And we were content. And we were just happy being with ourselves, in ourselves. But then, the moment I looked out there, right, which is as the moment I moved away from soul consciousness to body consciousness, and I see now, oh, you have that, I want that, you look nice, I like you. So I like you means I don't like you. And so, yes, it's not that in the golden age we were looking at ourselves, but there was a natural running soul consciousness. And this is what made us so content and full of respect. But the moment we lost that feeling that I am enough, and I fell into that trap, right? Exactly like that story of Adam and Eve. The moment I fell into that trap of that desire, then now I'm body conscious of the body. And now it's not just the body then, right? It's conscious of everything connected with the body. So now I'm conscious of this fruit that I eat, or this food that I eat. And now I'm conscious of this fabric, that touches me. And everything, all the senses now get aware, awake. And this is how slowly I get lured by what we say Maya or Ravan, and then I'm moving away now from my mastery, and I am gradually becoming that slave. So when I become that slave, and now I have to listen, right? I was a master, but I've become a slave, and now I have to listen to others. I was the king at one point. And so even now, if you see in today's world, when somebody was a king or a great businessman, in fact, there's one story running in India now, a very rich man, Indian but British passport, and he's engaged in a lot of bad things. And what happens? Your honor goes. Your shan, we say, your honor goes. That's why Baba says we were the highest, and then we fell. We didn't fall to the lowest. But what happened is from the height to even have one mark against us is a big fall. So we were so great and so pure and so elevated and so divine and everything. But then from that we fell. We got influenced, we got trapped, we got attracted. And that's enough. That's enough, even to be attracted. It's like my eyes fell on that. It's like, how could you? Even in India, even if somebody says that they're going to marry one girl, then the other person will not accept them. They haven't done anything. They haven't even touched each other. But the fact that somebody already has their eye on them, she's taken, she's spoiled, she's impure now. So going back to our original self, from being so high, we fall, and our eyes go to these things, and then what happens? Then we feel bad, we feel guilty. That's where we lose our honor. It's like a very rich person then goes and steals a little pen. And people say, but you have everything, no? Why you have to steal this? So just because of that little thing, their whole name is defamed. And so this is what happened to us. We fell, and then now we feel so bad. And this is all that shame and all that guilt. And together with shame and guilt comes the doubt and the fear and the worry. And now we cannot show our face to others. And that's according to my understanding, the root, the seed of when we lost our self-respect. It was like there was nothing to respect anymore. And so that feeling stays with us as we go through the copper and iron ages. This feeling of us really losing our honor. And then we are on search for that. Right? So then we start turning to people. So what are we doing then? We start begging, crying, demanding, desiring. And now we start looking up to anybody that could help us even slightly. So we turn to gurus, we turn to prophets, we turn to scientists, philosophers, storytellers, wise people, elders, anyone that we think might give us that secret elixir or that key, that antidote for us to get back into that feeling again that I'm the master, I'm on top of my life, I can do it. Actually, what are the synonyms of the master? Yes, synonym, you know synonym, right? Similar. What is a word that's similar to master? So that is like a sovereign, a monarch, a leader, a conqueror, one who has confidence, one who is capable. What is master? Adequate, skilled. So now we've moved away from all those feelings, right, of confidence and mastery, and now we don't have that faith in ourselves anymore. I'm broken now. And so that's what I'm saying. We lose that self-respect. I first start to disrespect myself. Because as I said, there's what is there to respect now? I'm fallen, no? I'm guilty, no? And then Baba comes along and Baba says, look in this mirror. And he says, who are you? And it's the mirror of knowledge. And Baba says, this is you. That's one of the first visions of Brahma Baba. Baba says, this is you. You are Narayan. You are Vishnu. And I need you. I need you to help me. So suddenly now Brahma Baba feels, oh wow, I'm somebody, you know, like, and God needs my help. And so Baba comes and he starts to tell us how wonderful we are and who we were, right? Once upon a time, you were this. Reminding us, trying to wake up that memory in us again of who we were. Is the memory waking?
¿Qué dices?
Is the memory waking to who you are?
Pero si no es impermeable, pues no, ¿no?
Yeah? So when I wake up to who I am, that's when I start to get back my self-respect. When I turn inwardly, that's what I'm doing in yoga, right? All the knowledge is being given so that I can have good yoga. All the knowledge is so that I can understand myself. So when I now look at myself in yoga, in meditation, I'm looking at Baba. And then I'm getting a glimpse of who I am. This is what I was saying yesterday. There is a bit of that DNA of Baba in me. And I should be so happy that I am God-like. Not God, but as God's direct descendant, I am like God. I have His trace in me. So I am the master. I am the master creator. I am the benefactor. I am the bestower. Every blessing, every quality. And so when I start to wake up to that, that's when my self-respect returns. You know, Dadi Kumarka, she had said that when I do action, I'm very careful to ensure that I have blessings from everyone. She doesn't want to miss one single blessing from anyone. So she's careful of her action. So now, as I begin to do good karma, right, this gives confidence to the soul. This starts to make the soul feel that, I'm worthy. Now, don't take me wrong. I'm not saying good karma meaning, a great conference, a great project, written a book. That's not what I mean. I mean taking that step. Because karma in Hindi means take a step. It could be a step in your mind. It could be a step of courage. So when I take that step from inside, right, then that's when I feel empowered from inside. And when I'm empowered from inside, then what can I not do? I can do anything. And so when I'm in that place of respecting myself, then I'm in a place to respect others. The problem, the reason, let's say, why I cannot give to somebody is because I don't have. How can I give you respect when I cannot give myself respect? So when I start to respect myself, which means I start to respect my time, my energy, my words, my wealth, my relationships, I start to respect the things around me, I start to respect other people's time, other people's things. I start to respect matter, the elements. When I start to respect that, I am exercising this quality of respect. So of course, if I'm exercising respect, then how can respect not come back to me? This is that karma. This is that step I'm saying. Just throw out that respect. And how can it not boomerang back? So then you can't say, oh, nobody respects me. No, you respect yourself. When you're full of respecting the self, that energy will go out, and how can it not come back? That's the law. No, it has to come back. But if I am not mastering my mind or my words or whatever, then how can I even think to master my drama? With my mastery of my mind and my thoughts, then again I have confidence to master these things around me. Even when they are teaching these soldiers, or let's say even the Pandavas, let's say the 5 Pandavas, and the Kauravas actually, all of them were being trained in all the weapons. And then each one has to find what is their weapon that they feel comfortable with. So that's why Arjuna is shown with the bow and arrow, because that was his favorite weapon, and he did well in that. And Yudhishthira is shown with the javelin, this thing. And Bhim is shown with this gada, this mace. So I'm just saying, when we start to get a feeling for ourselves, we start to see what is our strength, which is our great power, which is our great virtue inside, that we feel is our power, is our strength. And when I start to train my mind with that power, then that will then determine also my drama. So then I start to now invoke and attract what I want in my life. Because now my mind, my thoughts are in my control. I'm making the right decisions. My mind is not weak anymore. It's not a slave to anything anymore. So I'm making good decisions, good judgment, planting those right seeds of good deeds. And so then, what do I see? I see a lovely garden, a lovely orchard. But again, the root is the soul and the thoughts. And this is what I was sharing this morning with the class, that if you go to any school or any study, they will teach you the most important thing first. So even with mathematics, English, again, you have to learn the alphabet. With mathematics, you have to learn the numerals, you have to learn the, additions, multiplication. These are all basics of science, right? Science and physics, chemistry. So here too, what's the first thing we learn when we come to Baba? And that is about the soul. The first lesson, and what will be our last lesson, is about the soul. So the more we understand about ourselves, and the more we really, in meditation, really own up, right? I hope you understand this in Spanish. Maybe you can explain a bit more in the translation. But we have to own up to our stuff. Like, take ownership of our mistakes and our weaknesses. And just acknowledge. I'm not saying you beat yourself. No, just to say, okay, Okay, Aruna, you have this weakness. Okay, Aruna, look, you're impatient. Look, you're not being polite. Aruna, look, you've got this attachment. You've got this ego. Just acknowledge, just first to acknowledge in the soul that, okay, I have that weakness. Now, at the same time, right, you must do this at the same time. When you sit in meditation, so I'm acknowledging, okay, Aruna, you have this. Then at the same time, I have to sit and say, and Aruna, you have these virtues. You have these qualities. You have these strengths. And hopefully you will see that this weakness is this and your qualities are this. And hopefully your weakness will just merge into the qualities. See, when we sit in soul consciousness, in meditation, when we sit in meditation, we have to experience the depth of soul consciousness. What is that depth of soul consciousness? Is the depth of our virtues. What is soul consciousness? Just light? Just a dot? Think about it today in your reflection time. What is real experience of soul consciousness? Is it just detachment? Is it not the body? Is it non-body consciousness? Or is it truly this feeling of who I am? Which is, I'm powerful because of all these virtues. In the golden age, we are soul conscious, which doesn't mean I'm just a dot. No, we are sampan and sampuran. These are the two words that are used. Complete and perfect. Complete with all the virtues, right? So complete means like this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And perfect, full in each one. So I have full virtue, of a fullness in each virtue. This is perfection. And so in the golden age, I have all this to use. I have so much of a stock of all these virtues. So I don't need the vices, right? I'm so full of the virtues. But when we come to copper age, these have run out now, because we are not topping them up. It's just time and space, right? Which is the drama. Because of time and space, things just wear out. Like I'll just give you an example. So if you bought a new bicycle, okay, you bought a new bicycle 10 years ago, and you put it on your balcony. And every day you say, I will ride my bicycle, I will ride my bicycle, I will ride my bicycle. But you don't. Bicycle is new. You haven't touched it. But can you say it's new after 10 years? No. So same with us. We are just living life, right? We're not doing anything wrong. We are just living, enjoying. And so it's just the power is wearing away. Time is wearing away the power. And so then we come to copper age, and then what do we say? We say, I don't have my virtue, so let's use something else. Okay, that vice is nice over there. Let me use that vice. And then I get angry and I say, see, now that I get angry, everybody listens to me. This is a very good tool to have. See, if I show some attachment, then people stay with me. So let me show my attachment, and then I will always have this security. They will always stick to me. So you see how we started to justify the vices now in our mind. Same with ego, same with lust, greed. We thought the more I have, see, now people respect me more. Lust is all about power. Ego, see, I'm somebody now. I'm so hollow from inside, but nobody can see that. Nobody can see I'm so hollow. Everybody can see, yes, see, she has an attitude. So she's got to be good. So this is what happens. I did not know. I forgot how I'm supposed to love myself. I forgot how I'm supposed to appreciate myself, value myself. So now as soon as somebody else starts to do that, I get so happy. Right? Somebody praises me. Somebody says they need me, they want me, they love me. And now, I feel so good. And I start to think, I must be important now. See how many people love me and want me around and are attached to me. But this is all so false. Again, inside, I'm still hollow, I'm still empty. So what is real self-respect? It's the work that I'm doing on myself. It's not what others are saying to me or doing to me. Real self-respect is the real work on my soul. That's what I mean about really respecting the self. This is real compassion for the self, that I'm working on myself. Because I want to become perfect. Because I want to get back to that original state that I was. And I want to get to that state based on my effort. Not through Dharamraj, not through repentance. I want to get to that most powerful state. And Baba has shown me what that looks like. So I'm going to stick to Baba and I'm going to follow his Srimad and I'm going to make sure that I get there. Because so far nobody else has been able to tell me that. Nobody else has been able to show me the way. And this is how we have to now start to build that relationship with Baba. Because he's the only one. I have to hold his hand and he's the only one who's going to take me across. Nobody else knows the way. And I would be foolish to be led by somebody. And that's the illusion. That's the illusion of Maya, that Maya says, come with me. I will show you the way. And so what are we looking for? We are looking for, again, basic. We are looking for peace and happiness. Peace means peace of mind. And happiness. Real happiness from inside out, not outside in. And then, as I said, Maya will find her ways. So how does Maya take away our power? So firstly, we lose our power because we get attracted to people. We get attracted to things. We get desirous. So now we're giving birth to, one desire after the next. And we give birth to different beliefs, different belief systems in ourselves. Like I can, I can't. I'm worthy, I'm not worthy. And so now what do we have to do? We have to, firstly, what do? We realize we have to start living a simple life. So we start to do away with all these possessions. Actually, before possessions, even people. We realize that, I shouldn't be so attached. And we realize we are a bit different from the Lokik people. So now I start to detach myself. But again, it has to be done in the right way. Even this morning, in our Dharna class, one brother was saying that I left all my friends in the beginning. is that karma? Like, do I have to go back and, fix that? And I said, yes. Because he left them in a very rude way. So here we are not to leave anybody by hurting them. But we've got to keep this balance of respecting them and respecting myself. And that's an art. So, okay, people, right? We detach from people. Then we detach from things. We start to live more simple life. We say, oh, okay, I like white instead of red and blue and pink and black. All right? Even things, we say, oh, I don't need a big house. I can do with a small house. Then we start to do away with our labels, like I'm a doctor, and we stop putting the DR in front of our name. We stop putting the PhD after our name. And then we start to give up our ideas. We think, my idea is the best. So now we start to give up these internal, let's say, desires. And slowly we get to that place where it's just the pure I. Just the pure I, where I'm just me without any of these frills. I'm not who I am because I dress well, because I have a big house, because I have a good salary job. I live in a nice country. All those are false forms of respect. I, just, and the small I, I, the pure I. There's also the ego I. And the ego I, okay, let's talk about that for a minute. So the ego I is the one that gets hurt all the time. Right? Anytime you get hurt, firstly, it's because you want something. And secondly, it's because there's ego. Otherwise, why? If you are humble, then it doesn't matter, right? But the ego wants it in a certain way. And when I don't get it in that way, then it hurts. And so this is how I was then taking sorrow. But who's taking the sorrow? Who's giving the sorrow and who's taking the sorrow? I'm giving the sorrow to myself. Because I set up this expectation. Right? First of all, I created this false castle in the air that I'm this. Then somebody came and punctured that false castle balloon. And then, now I'm blaming them. Because I'm saying now they gave me sorrow. So I always say, if you don't have an ego, then there is nothing to dent. When you punch something, then you are denting it. It's like you're making it's flat, but then you make a dent, right? So if there's no ego to dent, if there's no ego, there's nothing to dent. So even if somebody insults you, okay, this is about you, this is not about me. Right? When somebody insults, it says more about them than about the person they're insulting, right? So this is where we need to, really for me, the basics are to keep going back to the Murli. What is Baba saying about me? Who am I? Especially now we have access to all the Avyat Murlis. And you just listen or read the first paragraph of every Avyakt Murli. And Baba is just boosting our self-respect. And he's returning that honor back to us. And so for that, we have to follow. We have to follow what he has to say. Otherwise, we will lose it again. We will lose that self-mastery again. We'll lose the key again. And so yes, not to take sorrow. Right? No matter what. No matter what somebody's doing, no, I cannot take sorrow. I have to ask myself, Aruna, what's going on? Why are you feeling this way? And then I fix myself from inside. So now I'm not blaming that person. In fact, I'm thanking them and I'm saying, great, you came along and you showed me this. Because now I had an opportunity to see, oh wow, okay, there was a hole there and I fixed it now. So what have I done? I have empowered myself. Opposite of blame is taking self-responsibility. When I take that self-responsibility for my feeling, that is emotional management. Because really nobody is actually giving you sorrow. And nobody plans in the morning, today I think I will pick on Aruna and I will give her sorrow. Nobody's that smart actually to sit and think of this conspiracy against you. No, everybody's just doing what they know how to do. Everybody's, like we say in Hindi, majboor. Like everybody is like enslaved to their sanskars. And so they're just doing what they know. But somewhere I'm taking that sorrow. And I'm making this about me. I'm making it personal. So what is this? This is my ego, no? This is not my self-respect. If there is a meeting and one person comes into the room and they don't look at you, there could be so many reasons why they didn't look at you. But you think, see, they don't like me. See, they don't want me here. I knew it. I knew from before that this is how they thought of me. And so many waste thoughts. So who's creating these waste thoughts? And okay, even if I'm right, even if I think they don't like me, what should I do then? Should I go up to them and say, look, I know you don't like me? Or should I now just say, okay, they don't like me, let me like myself? There's no point picking a fight. There's no point making this issue any bigger. And okay, they don't like me, maybe they don't know me. Maybe I need to go and say hi and introduce myself. Maybe they will get to see another side of me. Again, you see how you've changed this around? How you have transformed this situation? So that's what we are doing as masters. I am becoming greater. This is the situation. I'm becoming greater than the situation. This is self-respect. But in other times, the situation becomes greater than me, and this is where I give my power away. And I make that so important. The ego likes to think everything is important, My time is important, My space is important. I'm important. You should respect me. This is ego. And ego likes predictability, We said this time, it has to be this time. If it doesn't happen, then what? I have to adjust. I don't have that capacity to adjust. So I panic. I don't have that power. So that's why ego likes predictability. this and then this and then this and then. No adjustment power, no tolerance power, no patience power. This is why ego likes it, fixed. But self-respect, okay, now this, okay, fine, now this, yeah, great, wonderful. Because they're able to manage themselves. See, we want others to change so that we can be peaceful. We want them to be pure, so now we don't have to tolerate them. We want to make our life easy by changing others. This is not real self-respect. Real self-respect is when I can be and I allow you to be. You can be whatever you want to be. And allow me to be who I want to be. So anyway, have a look at yourself today. As I was saying, so don't take sorrow. Manage your thoughts. What is real self-respect? What is honoring myself? Is managing my thoughts, managing my mind, making the right decisions, respecting all my things, my time, my space, my possessions, everything, and use it in a worthwhile way, not to waste. See, all this also, makes us feel good from inside. When I'm doing the good deed, I feel good inside. This is what makes us develop more self-respect. So don't get into conflict. Don't get into unnecessary conflict. I'm not saying there's any necessary conflict, but I'm just saying don't make issues out of things and create trouble that now you have to solve. Because this will make you lose your self-respect. Honor yourself, honor your time, honor your thoughts, honor your relationship with Baba. This is the only time now. Baba has come to teach us, and this is the only time. And if we miss the train, we'll miss the train every kalpa. So let us learn from this teacher, Baba, who's come to teach us. And one of the things that Baba had said in the Murli, that if you want to become virtuous, then respect others. If you want to become virtuous, then respect others, because as I respect others, I'm using all my qualities, right? So really, when I respect myself, I'm able to respect others. Okay, I'm going to move and switch topic now to Raksha Bandhan. And I know that you have your very special Rakhi time this evening. So I will just speak to you a little bit about Rakhi. And, Rakhi for me is one of the best festivals in our Brahmin calendar because of the hours we spend in meditation and the silence. And Rakhi is a reminder of our commitment to Baba. Right? Why are we here with Baba? We have, in fact, when we tie the Rakhi, I know you will not tie the Rakhi today, but you will get it. But when we tie, we normally put our hand out. It's the right hand. And we normally just, instead of this, we do this. So this is also symbolic for this determination, a determined thought. So when you sit for your Rakhi meditation, think of a commitment. Think of what it is that, I don't want to say promise, but think of a powerful thought that you would like to implement in your Rakhi session that you can sustain afterwards. And I really believe that Baba gives help. Really, this is my experience. If you go to Baba with that pure intention, then Baba will help. and he will feel power in your promise. And so even if you are young, even if you are new to this path, then really Rakhi is one of those times that you can take extra power and speed up your efforts. Because Baba is giving, and I just need to keep myself available to receiving. So Rakhi is known as Raksha Bandhan, right? Raksha means protection, and Bandhan means bondage. So it's the bond of protection. And normally it's the sister tying to the brother. And when the sister ties this Rakhi to her brother, then he's promising to take care of her and look after her and always protect her. So we don't always tie Rakhi to our immediate brothers. We tie them to our cousins. We also tie, I'm talking about in the Lokik family. We tie also to my dad, my uncles, but also maybe other male friends that you want to keep as a pure relationship with. So then you tie Rakhi and you tell them, look, I'm your sister and you're my brother, and this is how they keep those relationships pure. But here what we're doing is we're tying ourselves in love with God. Right? What we are saying is, Baba, only you're the only one. And I'm tying myself to you. And in lieu of that, you're going to protect me. You're going to take care of me. And Baba says, yes. So when does Baba protect us? When we stay in that circle of protection. And this is the famous story of Ram and Sita. Right? So Sita and Ram were sent into exile. And funnily enough, they were sent for 14 years, which is the same time as the Dadis in Tapasya. Anyway, that's a long story how that happened. But they're in the forest. And of course, they love each other very much. And Lakshman has decided to go with Ram because he was always very close to Ram. Lakshman is Ram's brother. And so wherever Ram went, Lakshman followed him to help him, to protect him, to take care of him. He had a lot of love and respect for Ram, his elder brother. So when they went to exile, then Lakshman said, I'm coming with you. So 3 of them are shown always together. Ram, Sita and Lakshman. Now what happened is that Sita saw a golden deer, and Sita used to love deers. Right? You know the animal deer. But this was a golden one, and she thought, wow, so beautiful. And so she said to Ram, I saw the deer, can you get him for me? And Ram said, how can there be a golden deer? You know, you must be silly. She said, no, I saw it. Please, 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 will you get it for me? And so again, because of Ram's attachment to Sita, he said, okay, I will go. But he said, Lakshman, you take care of her. Because they were aware that things could happen. Anyway, he goes, and when he goes, then he hears some sound. And of course, this is Ravan. Ravan was in the form of the golden deer. He took Rama away. And then there's a noise, like a screaming. And so Sita says, see, Ram is in trouble. And Lakshman says, but Ram is perfectly capable of looking after himself. He has killed so many armies. And he's strong and mighty, and no harm can come to him. And Sita says, no, you have to go and see if he's okay. And then this is another famous thing. So Sita says to Lakshman, you only want to be here with me alone. And so she really hurt Lakshman, because Lakshman really had a pure vision for Sita. But then she put this thought in his head that, you know, you're here because of impurity. And so then Lakshman felt, I better go. So then he said, okay, I'm going to put you in this circle, And you have to stay in this circle. If you're in this circle, then you will stay protected. But if you come out of this circle, then nothing can protect you. And she said, yes, fine. So this is also famous. This is known as the Lakshman Rekha. Okay, so many times you might hear this term, and what it means is to stay in that circle of protection. But then what happens is Ravan comes along. He comes disguised as a guru, as a beggar, and then she feels sorry. And also it's the honor of Sita's family that whoever comes, they shouldn't go empty-handed. And so, she's saying, well, can you come a bit closer? Because I cannot come out of this circle. And his ego, he says, you should come to me. Why should I come to you? So he plays with her feelings now, and he plays with her emotions. So then she slowly steps out of the circle, just to keep the honor of the family of giving something to somebody, so they don't go empty-handed. And then in that, Ravan changes his form and kidnaps Sita, and that's another story. And so there's so much symbology in everything, you see, in the story. How we get so emotionally caught up with people, and we think, oh, I should take care, I should give this, and this is my honor, and it's all false honor. And then I come out of my maryada, right? This maryada is the Srimad, and then Ravan just takes that opportunity. Ravan sees that I'm alone. I'm not with Rama anymore. I'm not with Lakshman anymore. And takes that opportunity and kidnaps me. And that's why Baba was saying, like you've come here for refuge from the Ravan. So as I said, and also about Rakhi. So in ancient times, the queens would send a Rakhi to the neighboring king, and the queen would make him her brother, so that now he doesn't think to attack this kingdom. So this happened in many places, where the queen would use her tact and say, okay, you are my Rakhi brother, and so he doesn't feel like, creating a war and conquering this kingdom. So it was also used like that in olden days. So Rakhi has been, very popular. It's a time for us to really see ourselves as a soul. We are soul brothers. Baba's tying us together. And it's actually that vow of purity. Because what is soul brother? Why are you my soul brother? Because I'm seeing you as a soul, not as a body. So it's that commitment to purity. I'm pure, you're pure, we are the children of the pure one. Yeah? Okay, so I will stop here now, and if there's any questions or anything, I'm happy to answer.
Thank you, Sister. The plan would be originally that you would be here with us today. And you would be with us for Rakhi. This is why it's so special that you came yesterday to Murli and also explaining about Swaman, but also about Rakhi. So it's noon now here. I propose that we meditate for traffic control now, and afterwards, if there is any question, then you can ask me. There are no questions. I would just suggest the brothers.
That's good.
They can project the questions you have prepared for us.
Yeah.
Because in Rakhi also it's so good to have this time, self-reflection, silence. He says that Sita is with Rama in this time.
Okay, so this. Okay, so this is the first question, yeah? So the first question is, yeah, we can go to these. We call them catalyst questions because they create some kind of catalyst. You know, catalysts, right? Catalizadoras. They stimulate some reaction in us, and that's good because then we get to see what's going on. Okay, so that's what it means. Okay, so next slide. Yeah, that's it. So life has been training you for something all your life. What is that? Okay, so this is about some kind of training. Means like it could even be training, let's say, in tolerance. You know? I mean, I don't mean training as in cooking or gardening. I mean, certain patterns keep happening, but it's to exercise, flex that muscle in you. So what is it? What has life been teaching you? Like maybe you find you're always caring for people. Okay, so what does that mean? Yeah, so just take a look at that. Okay, next. There is something that you need to let go of. So again, just take your time in silence, in quiet. What is it that I need to let go of? Maybe it's a way of thinking. Maybe it's an attitude, a belief. Or maybe it is cleaning out the garage or the attic. Or maybe some old memory. Maybe some old hurt. Maybe some worry. Okay, next. Yeah, make a list of everything that is... that wasn't translated. Do you want to say it in Spanish? Make a list of everything that is enough for you. Haz una lista de todo lo que es sufficient. Okay. Right? Make a list of everything that is enough for you. So what this means is, this is just a nice list of looking at the self, looking at your life, and just being in gratitude, really. And just taking time to appreciate and honor what we have. And it's not just what we have, but to feel that it's enough. Right? Okay, next. So here you have to finish the sentence, yeah? These are the ways in which I will honor my time and breath and anything else. So how will you honor your time and breath? So maybe you will keep a close check. Maybe you decide, you're not going to get into any waste conversations, any waste thinking, any negative thinking. Yeah, my time is very valuable. This is the only time, Sangam Yug. And even in Sangam Yug, there's very little time left. So how am I going to spend it? How is my self-respect going to increase? I need to know that, every moment I'm using in a worthwhile way. This is what we saw with Dadi Janki. So here you go. What are the ways, right? Okay, the next one. Make a list of words you would like to hear every day. So this is nice as well, right? So maybe you like to hear sweet children. Or maybe you like to hear more thank yous. Maybe you like to hear love yous. Or maybe you'd like to hear magic, wonder. So why I'm saying make a list of words you'd like to hear every day, like what makes you feel good about hearing them. And then if nobody's saying that to you, then you say it to yourself. Yeah, so if nobody's saying to you, I love you, then you look in the mirror and you say, hey, you, I love you. Right? If they make you feel good, say it. It's an energy, right? It's not the words, it's about the energy. Okay, next. Yeah, I will show respect to others by doing what? How will you learn to show respect to others? So maybe it's giving them time to speak, maybe it's listening before speaking, maybe it is being a little more patient before jumping in, maybe putting them first. You see your life and see what are the ways in which you feel you can show respect to others. And again, it's not just about the physical. It's not just saying, oh, Marta Ben. I could be having bad feelings, but I say Marta Ben, right? Which is a respect. Or Marta Ji is a respect in Hindi. But what's going on inside? Right? So I have to look at that as well. What's going on inside? How to change those feelings to respect for others. Okay, next. Finish the sentence again. I feel most energized when? So what gives me more energy? What gives me a lot of energy? Excitement, thrill, those aha moments. What is it? What am I doing that I feel energized? So yes, maybe it might be yoga, maybe it might be service, maybe it might be a nice gyan discussion, maybe it might be doing something for somebody, taking them a meal to eat, or you see what gives you more energy. And again, all these answers, whatever comes to you first, you don't have to think too much, too hard. Whatever's the first answers are probably the right answers. And not even right answers, but the best answers. And then that will give you more insight into yourself. And then you say, oh, okay, then let me do more of that, right? If that feels good, let me do more of that. Okay, next. What is your ideal vision of yourself? So I'd really like you to either write it or draw it, or you can just put a stick figure, and then you put these lines, and then you put what are the virtues, what are the qualities of this ideal you. And so take time again. If there was an ideal Aruna, what does she look like? So you're not taking away from what is Aruna now, but now you're adding to it, okay? You don't want to become somebody else. It's not Aruna becomes Maria. No. Aruna is Aruna, but now what can I add to that to create the ideal me, which is the perfect me, yeah? Okay. And then this is the last slide. Yeah. Every day I honor my relationship with Baba by telling him. So what do you tell Baba? Tell him the secrets of your heart. Tell him something of honesty. Tell him what you did, what you didn't do. Anyway, how are you going to honor this relationship? It's not even about telling, but how are you going to honor this relationship? So you say, okay, every day I'm going to go to Baba with this, not chart, but every day I'm going to tell Baba what I've been up to, or I'm going to go to Baba before I do something just fix something that is going to be consistent with Baba, where you keep taking yourself back to Baba for some reason. And that will enhance your relationship with Baba. Then you bring Baba more into what you're doing. Like every time I have to give a talk, this is our Baba's room actually. And this is a corner of Baba's room because the classroom was busy yesterday, so we set up here. And so every day I come to Baba's room. Can you see? Let me show you. Can you see? Baba's, 1 minute. Yeah, this is our Baba's room. So before I give any talk, I come, I see him, I say, hello, Baba, help me. So this is how I honor Baba. So yes, thank you so much. I wish you have a very good remainder of the retreat. And lovely to be with all of you and see your happy faces, the ones I can see. And really use every moment you have in a worthwhile way. This is my last message. Because again, we don't want to regret. We don't want to feel that repentance at the end. I could have done more, but I didn't. So use every moment in a worthwhile way. Thank you to the whole NCT team and to everyone who's helped to organize this. Thank you, Sister Marta, Sister Maria, for being in touch.
Thank you, Sister Aruna, for this wonderful, deep, and very magical class, questions, and everything. Thank you very much.
Shall we just have a moment of silence and finish?
Shine.